2006 Columbia 400. Twin turbo with a TSIO 550. It's only got 700 hours since the top overhaul. It's got less than 100 since the prop overhaul. It's got awesome compressions, very high compressions. The airplane runs like an absolute top. It's got a fresh, brand new annual. Actually, it just came out of annual today. And everything is in perfect working order. And we just had a dynamic prop balance done on the aircraft, and it runs smooth as you can imagine. So the Columbia 400 is what I call the real Cirrus SR22. This is the airplane that really should have beaten Cirrus out, but they had some marketing challenges, and so it didn't do as well as the SR22, but by all measurements, it is a finer, higher quality airplane. This one is equipped with TKS de-icing, a $50,000 option. Now the cool thing about this airplane is it's a utility category airplane. It has dual wingtip to wingtip carbon fiber spars running tip to tip. When these carbon fiber spars are so rigid and so strong that only one of them would be required to put this into the utility category, but this has two. It is an incredibly rigid airplane. LED nav and position lights. Inadvertent ice, TKS Ice on the tailplane, the leading edge of the horizontal stabilizers. This is a super fast, super slick, super sleek airplane with the twin turbochargers. The ceiling is 25,000 feet and it books at 235 knots true. Can you imagine a 20, 30, 40, 50 knot tailwind at 235 true in the flight levels? This airplane is equipped with all G1000 glass panel avionics, so let's go take a look inside the airplane. Cool gull wing doors on both sides. And here is a quick interior look around. It's a little cluttery, sorry for that, guys. All beautiful gray interior. Huge baggage compartment in the back for 120 pounds of baggage. With a hat rack, nice hat rack. This has a nice aircraft cover that comes with it. But let's get on to the cool stuff here. This airplane, once again, features G1000 avionics. It has an electric standby instrument panel here. Obviously the altimeter is not, the altimeter and the airspeed indicator are not electric, but the standby attitude indicator is. This is, of course, equipped with TKS prop heat, door seals, which add incredible quiet noise quieting inside the cockpit. That combined with the dynamic balancing, you really will find that the cockpit noise is dampened and reduced significantly. Obviously your pitot heat, there's your TKS level right there. Not going to turn on the avionics. Now the cool thing, one of the many cool things about this aircraft is it has speed brakes. Now the speed brakes, you can see that little cartridge right there, right above my finger. Those slide up just like this on both sides. And that allows you to keep the engine running at a higher RPM while burning off speed because this is such a fast airplane. Down here, we have our digital climate control, air conditioning. You set it and you forget it. It's cold as ice. It's really, really nice. It's a great feature to have on board. This has the Garmin Ready Pad, which allows you to operate absolutely every bit of avionics in the airplane with the exception of the autopilot. And as long as we're talking about the autopilot, this has the GFC 700 digital autopilot, the gold standard in general aviation autopilots. Now this airplane tanks 98 gallons of fuel. The range is significant, burning about 15 gallons lean of peak at about 10,000 feet, 65% power. The range is significant. It's over 1,000 miles. Has the dual side sticks, and what makes this airplane different than the Cirrus SR22 is that rather than use cabling, this is all push rod connected steering. So this is not like the Cirrus in that you pull the stick out for the slider out for pitch control and then spin it around your wrist like this for bank control. This is a true jet style side stick. Really, really nice. You can see everything right down to the pedals are just super high quality. The airplane is just rugged. It is a little heavier gross weight than the Cirrus, but it's just a rugged aircraft. It has dual fully redundant electrical systems. You have a left bus and a right bus. In the unlikely event that one of the buses fails, you can then cross tie the two together by engaging the cross tie function, and that will allow you to operate your entire aircraft, all of the essential and the non-essential bus at the same time for troubleshooting or to get the airplane back on the ground for service. Super cool airplane. It's actually my second Columbia 400. Now, one thing we didn't talk about is it has built-in 4-place oxygen, and you'll need the oxygen up in the flight levels. So, oops, my camera's getting all twisted here. Another cool thing about this airplane is the 3-point harness, kind of like your car. It's a much more rugged seatbelt than the car, but it clicks right in just like your car. Then you cinch up your lap belt just like that. And you don't have to deal with all of those annoying adjustments and shoulder harnesses falling off the side in some of the older aircraft. This airplane has 1,560 hours on it total time, and has been taken care of incredibly well. It's always been hangared. You can see that it shines. It hasn't even been cleaned, and it shines beautifully. This is a highly sought after model aircraft, just because pilots who are looking for incredible performance in what you would typically find in a turbocharged Cirrus, for instance, but don't want to pay the $1.2 million that it takes to get into a new Cirrus, but want to get into a more solid, better engineered, and faster airplane, the Columbia 400 is for you. Hey, shoot me an email at